Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic, Lynette here. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm really excited today to share with you a couple little journal kits that are going up on my website. As this video posts, these two little journal kits will be over there. So I want to share with you a little bit about them. So I have a friend here locally who wanted to buy the fairy collection for the most recent fairy collection, the Blossom collection, for her granddaughter. But she also has a grandson, and she's sending them as Easter gifts to her grandkids back home in Indiana. So she wondered if I would put something together for him. So that's where this kind of developed and evolved into a couple other kits, because I can't ever just make one of anything. So this is the journal that I made for him. His name is Silas. So instead of using, a collection name like I always do with my collections, I just added his name to the front, and on her granddaughter's I took off the Blossom and I added June because that's her name. So I needed to come up with something that worked for a 11-year-old boy who plays the electric guitar, loves skateboarding, and like dirt bike racing. So that was very challenging for me to do within a matter of 2 weeks. I didn't order anything. I just went into Hobby Lobby and the Dollar Tree. I was looking around places to find supplies for this. And I just want to say, little did I know that boys' crafting items can be hard to come by, but not having any boys myself at this point, I had no idea how exactly how difficult it could be when you don't want to order anything and you just want to go to the store and find something. So while these kits that I put together are not specific to boys, they do work for boys because that's what I was working with here. So Silas, this is going to be his journal, and man, I hope he likes it. I really hope he likes it. So let me show you what I put together that will be over in the shop. It is a very chilly, rainy day here, you guys. I actually heard that it is warmer back home in Indiana. It's 79 and sunny there today. It is 68, rainy and gloomy here today. I am all bundled up. I just want to go snuggle in a blanket and watch a movie or something. It's so wet. Anyway, it's nice though. It's nice to have a little bit of a change. As long as the sun comes back out tomorrow, that'll be fine. So these are the two journals. They do look different because I only had a certain amount of scrapbook paper. So I am going to post them different, their own separate listings on the website. So you can see the one with the orange on top and then the one with the green on top. Other than that, they are very similar. I will show you the difference because the paper is a little different. So these are some chipboard sticker pieces that I used here on the front. I stitched green around this star, orange around that star, and then red around that star. And because I was thinking of this journal for a young man, I didn't want to do it. So here, for anyone who might, let me know if you purchase either of these and you would like someone's name on the star. I'll do this if you want me to. Just, send me a message and let me know if you want a name added to the star down here. Again, because it's for a young man, I didn't want to add, anything frilly there. So anyway, if you just want me to add a name, feel free to message me and I can do that for you. Or if you just want it sent like this, don't worry about it. You can definitely do whatever you want to do. So I'm sharing here the little green banded journal. And because this, I put this together to kind of be similar to a collection because that's what she wanted for both of her kids. They are a little different though, because I did have younger people in mind. So I'll show you as I'm flipping through the kit, the items that are in the kit for these. So here is the tie-dye pattern of the inside of this book. And then it does have coffee or tea stain paper, some lined notebook paper, tea stain paper. It has the typical 15 pages in it. Some of that lined paper, tea stain paper, a brown paper bag, some old graph paper, tea stain paper. This has some yellow dyed paper in here. I think there's some blue dyed paper too. Some graph paper. I think this does have a very light hint of blue color. Some green lined paper, some yellow dyed paper, some tea stain paper with a flip out there in the center. And then moving backwards. So yeah, it's very much like a journal that would come with a journal collection, only there's no book pages in here because I didn't want it to be confusing. I know that Silas and June, the two grandkids that I made them for, love to journal already. So yeah, this will be something new for them to try. And I didn't want to put in any book pages just because it, you know, gave them a little bit more room to write that way. So that is the green lined journal. And then let me show you just the different papers that this one has. So this one is all orange and yellow. It still has the green stitching, the orange stitching, and the red stitching here. And then the inside paper has purple, blue, and green tie-dye, where this one was green and let's see what else. It just doesn't have this big band of purple. Otherwise, the spread of the paper, the style of the paper is still the same. All of the pages are the same. So I just wanted to show you the different scrapbook paper there, but I'm just going to go through one of the kits because they are very similar. Just some of the pieces vary because they're one of a kind. All right, so like I mentioned, this is very similar to a collections kit that I would put together. It definitely doesn't have to be for a young man or a boy in your life. It can work both ways. It's just how I was putting it together. That's, you know, I was going along the lines of Silas, who was 11, guitar player, and all of that. So it's just a fun little kit. So getting into the items, here on the top, I just added some pieces of ephemera that I had in my stash. Now these ephemera pieces are different in each of the kits, even though they came from the same packages. So they're very similar. This one happens to have a pair of sunglasses, a little "You Are a Star" Polaroid piece, a little yellow star, "Be Cool" Polaroid piece, and then this fun little pretzel. And then I added some fibers, and the typical paper clips are in here. And then just some fibers that match the journal, some blues and greens and yellows and reds, orange, just some of those tie-dye colors. And again, for anyone who might be new, these fibers are great. You can just, you know, add them, alter your paper clips. You can put them on the top of tags, anything like that. There's another little kit because the Blossom collection had a Polaroid frame in it. I added one to his as well. I was working off of the, you know, so they could have similar kits, but in this one, I popped the little piece of film out of these so they wouldn't be confusing since, you know, they're not really junk journalers. This way they can see that, oh, I can paint that and use it for a frame or something. So that's been popped out of there. There's a little button here, a little peace sign button, and then a little glittery star, shooting star button, along with 3 little bulb pins. There's a beaded bookmark like I typically make, and this one just, you know, has these tie-dye colors in it. And then there's a package with a few wood veneer pieces in here. There's a music note, a star, and then a little car. All right, so then getting into the little bags. Here, clipped on the front of this bag, there's a canasta, I'm not quite sure how to say that, playing card, but I loved it for the guitar. There's a white coin envelope that you can paint and alter, do whatever you want to there. And then there's a lot of little goodies in here. So there are some of these green tickets. There's a red label ticket with a string. There's this brown flourish tag one yellow claim check. There are 2 of these white price tags with strings still attached to them. There is a strip of 3 white tickets. There is a coat check tag. And then there's another playing card in here. This is from that same canasta deck. Canasta. You say canasta, I say canasta. I don't know. It is the Big Wild card, and I thought that was fun, you know, with the guitar and everything. Okay, let's see. And then there are the same elements in here. There are 2 blue price tags. Oops. There are a bunch of little punches out of that tie-dye paper. Oh, something I forgot to mention that I wanted to mention. These tie-dye papers were not double-sided. They were only single-sided prints. So on the covers, I did add 2 pieces of paper back to back to have the tie-dye pattern on both sides. So these punches are just single-sided as well. But there are some punched out stars in here. There's some little tabs, and then there are little flag banner pieces. So some little triangles and some little flag pieces. And there's quite a few of those in there to play with. There are no little hearts in here. I didn't add the hearts, just the triangles and the banners this time. Okay, and then there are also 4 of these little word bubble stickers. I thought these were fun. So they could vary a little bit, but there are 4 of them. All right, so that is everything in that green little bag. And then if we go through this bag, this one's blue. So I thought it was fun to mix the colors up a little bit with the tie-dye papers. So here's a little hand stamp tag that I made. This is a rock star stamp. These pieces were all together in the same stamp, but I used this stamp pad that I picked up at Michael's a couple years back, the ombre ink, blue to turquoise. And I just think that is a lot of fun. It has that ombre tie-dye effect there. So that was fun. And then here's a little bingo card. I did add one of those vintage postcards with the purple and the mushroom that I used in the Blossom collection too. All right, and then this has a lot of the same similar things. So there is the gift card envelope. I really like those. There's a mini CD case here, a library card and pockets, a flash card, 1 Rolodex card, 1 blue inventory tag, 1 blank manila tag, 1 green guest check, a sheet of these 3 black chalk type labels, and then there's this tie-dye style tag and a manila time card. So that's everything that is in that envelope. And then just getting into a few of the other items here, there is a little charm kit. Since the Blossom kit had a little charm thing in there, there's a bullnose clip with the little keychain, and then there is a camera charm in here, and then a love charm in here too with a little heart on the back. There is a little sticky plastic envelope pocket. I thought that would be fun. There is a napkin in here for decoupage. It is these foiled shiny stars, and you don't have to decoupage this. I'm sure many of you already know, if you just take off the bottom ply layers of the napkin, you can use a glue stick so you won't, affect any of that shiny star stuff. There is a first place ribbon in here. I thought this was a fun addition. All right, and then there is a little vintage just a note. These are those vintage foldable notes. You can write your message on the inside and then fold it up, seal it up, and mail it off. And it is this adorable boy here outside eating an apple under the apple tree, and I just thought that was so sweet. I had to include that. So here is a piece of that same parchment style paper that's in the Blossom collection. There's a sheet of labels, sticky label stickers. There is a white envelope. And then getting into the papers. Again, well, you'll see. I avoided book pages and things, and I'll show you what's in this kit. So here there are 2 pieces of these notebook paper, and it says, be silly, be honest, be kind. There are 2 6x6 pieces of this tie-dye scrapbook paper. Okay, and then there are 2 of these poetry pages. I love these children's poetry books because they're so sweet and innocent and everything wonderful. I love them. So there's 2 of these book pages in there. Again, if it's a child using the kit, you can just cut it out and glue it in your book, and yeah, and they're just lovely. So there are also 2 book pages in here from a large Mad Libs book. I don't know if you guys remember these, but they're a lot of fun. You just add whatever it tells you to, a number, a noun, a verb, an adjective. So it just makes for a fun story to read. You don't read it first, you write your words first. So anyway, 2 of those Mad Lib book pages. And then just some sheets that they can use in their journal. So there is a piece of this lined, it kind of has lines, stripes in it kind of, and it is an orange piece of vellum. Again, I just thought it was a lot of fun with the tie-dye style of the journal. There is a black piece of lined notebook paper, which is a lot of fun to go through and use your gel ink pens on, especially white. Your white pen is a lot of fun on that. There is a notebook paper in here from the Rio Grande Western Railroad. Can't ever say those words all together, but that is just a fun piece of vintage notebook paper. And then there is a letterhead piece of stationery in here that is just clouds, sky and clouds. So I thought that was pretty. And then because we love our wallpaper, playing around with it, making pockets and envelopes and things, this one is blue stars. It has blue stars on a parchment tan colored background. So that is everything that's in these little kits. I only have 2 of them, and they will be listed separately on the website. So they'll be there as soon as this video pops up for anyone who might be interested. Otherwise, you guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I've done a lot of filming over the last couple of days, and I'm going to start sharing some videos creating in the Blossom Journal. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of an early sneak peek if you're still here with me. Oh my gosh, I created so many projects for this journal. Look at that little mushroom guy. Oh my goodness. My journal is so thick, but it's because I had so much fun making things for that journal. So I'm really excited to start sharing those videos with you guys over the next few weeks. I'm really excited about that. Otherwise, you guys, thank you so much for spending a little time with me, for taking the time to watch this video. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I will leave all of the links down below. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on Etsy, or there's a little contact button at the top of my website. You can shoot me an email there. And other than that, you guys, I think I'm done. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.